Does Kyiv's night of horror in Ukraine show that Putin is now behind on the battlefield? Now, the pictures coming out of Kyiv this morning are truly devastating, as Russia has launched its largest attack on the Ukrainian capital this year. Almost uniquely, only residential buildings have been targeted. At least 20 people have been killed and dozens more injured. So what can cause this level of destruction? Well, over 500 drones and around 70 ballistic missiles were launched from Russia last night, overpowering parts of Kyiv's integrated and layered air defences. President Zelensky did have intelligence of the attack and therefore some time to bolster the defences somewhat. But the question is, why is Russia resorting to these tactics now once more? Well, as Russia is pressed on the battlefield, they seem to press an advantage against the Ukrainian population themselves and wreak terror and havoc across Ukrainian cities. This is a classic page out of President Putin's playbook. The war effort and the pressure that this is having on the Russian population is having now an all-consuming effect on Russian society. So fuel, food, fertilizer, everything to fuel and sustain the Russian war effort is causing now increased delays on getting vital military supplies to the Russian front lines, causing that military pressure. Ukraine have accused Russia of deliberately hitting civilians, and Moscow in turn saying it was in response to recent Ukrainian strikes, which have almost exclusively targeted Russian military-industrial infrastructure. But both sides now are accusing one another of targeting residential or civilian cities. So targeting these residential buildings in Ukraine is for two main reasons from Russia. The first is they're traditionally less protected than military infrastructure sites. And second, it causes fear and panic in the Ukrainian population. So this shows a lot about President Putin's frustrations with the Russian military, seemingly unable to accomplish what he thought was a simple military operation over 4 years ago now. And as we move from summer into winter, we can be sure to expect a lot more of these tactics going forwards.